maybe it's semantics, terminology. DMAC asked the question because I think there are two separate jobs being done. And I honest to God believe this, that I think the Lions, what they're doing is on par with the Red Wings. Campbell is the Blashill, Holmes is the Yzerman.
Did she just let us know, is this the way to translate it? Is the teardown's the books and the rebuild's the team? Is that fair to say? That when she says...
I don't know. Ask T-Foss. He's busy laughing at me.
Money.
So.
But he doesn't like money.
Oh, that's right. You don't like it.
Because that has money. But the teardown she's talking about... Right, because we always hear the rebuild and stuff like this, but the tear down is tearing the books down to be able to get it right. The good thing is you're not sitting here locked into a quarterback at a ridiculous number that's controlling what you do. So I think that I'm going to take it as the tear down is Brad Holmes' job and the rebuild is sort of Dan Campbell's. But, a lot of times too is Brad Holmes has picked guys who we thought, but it's the availability of guys, right? I see in the chat thread, look what Seattle's done. They're getting rookie guys to play. They got their 6 guys they drafted that are starting for them. We have talented guys, but sometimes our talented guys aren't available, right? And then
I think what's hurt the Lions this year is that other bad teams have risen so that they're above 500.
And let's be fair, they've risen so far. So far they've risen.
So far.
Okay.
But the Lions, it's the same old thing. It's be patient, wait till next year, we're going to get them, and you keep waiting and waiting and waiting. If this was the first time we heard this, I'd be more on board. But I've heard this. I remember talking to William Clay Ford Sr. at Ford Field, at Tampa. It was the same terminology, the same thing. I believe in this. I believe in our coaches. I believe in our front office. We want to win just as no one wants to win worse than we do. I'm like, damn, I've already been to this movie before. And I keep going and over and seeing this movie.
And T, I'm with you. I'm with you in that regard. But here's why, for me this time, with what Brad Holmes is doing, not Dan Campbell, again, separate entities to me. With what Brad Holmes is different when what he's doing is because they're not rerunning the same playbook. They're not going and signing a Trey Flowers. They're not going and signing some overpriced long Damian Woody's, those kinds of guys. You know what I'm saying? Because Damian Woody's a guy that you point to, that you kind of laugh at.
He came here, he got fat and got paid.
Yeah, absolutely. There are none of those contracts being signed right now. That's where it's different. It is in the modern era. They're doing things the way that good teams do it. We all believe in what the Red Wings are doing, and we're seeing some of the fruits of the labor right now. We are. We obviously, with what happened last game notwithstanding, but as we say, 81 games, you get cooked in 8 of them. That's just the nature of the beast. But with all that being said, I see similarities. And somebody earlier in the chat there, I think it was William, said, well, yeah, we're gonna believe in Yzerman. He won 3 championships for us as a player, and yes,
that's not why.
But that's not the why. The way he does it is the why.
The why more than anything is because he went to another place and put a team together that showed you how he built. And even though they left, they'd won cups. Like, he put it into fruition. Now he's gonna finish it off himself.
The biggest why is because it's 100% opposite to what Ken Holland did in the salary cap era. 100% opposite. He didn't just run the same playbook. He changed the foundation of what he does. Brad Holmes, I think, and I was going to save this for maybe later on in the season, but this is, the time and space is right now. Yeah, we're doing it right now. Brad Holmes has fundamentally shifted what the Lions do from a front office perspective. They have. I know people talk about Rod Wood and all that kind of stuff.
Here's the big butt, buddy. The Lions, the reason that some people are hesitant, like me, is the Lions have never done it before. Steve Yzerman has done it before, on the ice and off the ice.
But we've never seen somebody with the Lions do what Brad Holmes is doing. We've never seen that before.
That is true.
To that extent, do we not give Holmes a little bit of he gets a little bit of grace or the small check mark for being from the Rams organization?
Yeah, but you can't. I mean, it's unrealistic to expect the man to come in here, do 2 drafts,
no,
and then boom, everything's changed.